what are your thoughts on Chamath Palihapitiya?
Chamath Palihapitiya. I don't know. I think he is extremely well spoken. I think he's either going to be a tremendous, like, all-time great investor, or
Mm.
he's just a completely full of BS. I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously,
It's
he's had
hard
a
to
ton
tell.
of success when it comes to
Well, he's
like
literally a professional
Facebook.
poker player, right? If you could tell, you'd be bad.
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, I think it's interesting that success he's had. Obviously, like CNBC and the news outlets love him because
Right.
he's good to put on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope he is like a great investor. I put a few $1,000s into one of those SPACs that he did, and I think I'm still up in that right
And
now.
that
But
that was my next
just kind of
question.
it's like a yeah. So the open door is an
Yeah.
interesting concept. Basically, like instead of hiring a real estate agent, they come in and they just buy your house from you, fix it up, and then try to resell it. Which I think is interesting because my own situation, I've bought 2 houses, so I've sold one. The process is an absolute nightmare. I hate it. So I can absolutely see, like, if I go to sell my house now, I'm gonna run it through like an open door or something if
Yeah.
there's an option available, just to get a bid on it, see what they would offer
Right.
me.
Yeah.
And if I can get, within a couple of percentage points of what I think I could get to sell on the open market, I'd probably pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
Um,
For the people who don't know, think you could explain like what's a SPAC and why does it relate to Chamath?
Sure. Yeah. So a SPAC is was it special acquisition company?
A thing, a special purpose acquisition company. There it is.
Special purpose. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, it's a blank check company. So traditionally, what you would have is you'd have like a normal business that has regular operations. They go through an IPO process, and this is a very intensive, regulatory intensive. You have to open up your books. There's a lot involved, a lot of cost involved. You got bankers coming in. What we've seen now, this happened historically, but it's really picked up in 2020 is these SPACs. They're basically blank check companies. So they go public as a company that really doesn't have any operations. They just have a set number of dollars in the fund. They go public, and then they acquire a private company, effectively bringing them public and circumventing the IPO process. And I've seen tons of investors, even what's the politician, Paul Ryan?
It's gotten super popular. There's a
Yeah,
bunch of
Paul.
people doing it now.
You could think like maybe Kevin O'Leary and some other people have gone in on. I mean,
Yep.
not even traditional investors, politicians and things are creating these SPACs just because it's an easy way to go public, and you can make a whole lot of money on it. And the fear is that you stick retail investors with the company that hasn't gone through all the proper due diligence.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the upside is
Right.
that they don't have all the cost and regulatory burden.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also in on the IPOB, the open door. I also got some shares of that myself. And two of the things that interested me about him is that it looks like he's all in on the concept where he reserved IPOA all the way to Z.
Yeah.
He has
Yeah.
all of the ticker symbols. So he's apparently got a plan. And the other is
and my
I
cons-
don't think he takes fees. And most people that make SPACs go public, they charge a big fee for it. I could be wrong on that, but I think he mostly is focusing on the investment itself, which
Honestly, if
lends
you can
me
get
to
more
be more
people
interested.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and he likes to fancy himself as like a Robinhood type. He's going to democratize
Yeah.
investing for the common man. He wants to be the next Warren Buffett. How Warren Buffett is like, the legendary investor that's just like feels like it's your grandpa, and everybody loves him. I mean, effectively,
Yeah.
that's what he wants to be, and 40 or 50 years.